Colder temperatures have settled in over the prairies as fall slowly gives way to winter. We've invited Ben Cohen from the Oreck Center into the studio to talk about some alternative ways to keep your home warm and toasty. Good morning, Ben.
Good morning. Good morning. Is it a dusting or is it going to stay?
Well, you know what? I'm not sure one way or the other, but I was going to say you've come in on the right day after this light dusting of snow, a below freezing high today. It's almost like we planned this. I don't know.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. There's always snow on Halloween, so we need it for the kids.
Ain't that the truth? There's nothing worse than coming together with a great Halloween costume and then having to put a snowsuit over the top of it. So maybe it won't be quite that bad. So just before we get talking about the Oreck Portable Heating Solutions, I want to ask a little bit about the Oreck Center first. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. We've been at 659 Century Street for 23 years. We're the distributor for Oreck in Canada. And we sell the Oreck Vacuum, Oreck Air Purifier, and the Oreck Air Purifier. And we have commercial vacuums for businesses, vacuums for homes, and of course, we have the portable heating systems, which we've been marketing for the last 16 years in Winnipeg.
Well, when I think Oreck, I do think vacuums. But as you just said, it's so much more than just vacuums, air purifiers. And you're here to talk about heaters and heating options. What do you have to suggest?
You know, we've had such a success with the Oreck portable heating system because it provides zone heating. So there's always a cold spot or cold room in your home. So it could be the basement, it could be an area near a window, it could be upstairs. You might be in an A-frame or a split level. You may have an addition, you may have a sunroom, a 3-season room. There's so many different applications. Or maybe you're just cold in a certain spot. And so zone heating has really been there's really been a tremendous need for zone heating, and our infrared system uses the humidity in the room around you as a conductor. So it provides a beautiful, warm, soothing heat.
Okay, so this is infrared zone heating. You just kind of explained briefly how it works. How does it differ from some of your more standard heating units, like, say, an electric heater?
Well, it actually goes... with our heaters, the air actually is pulled in and goes through a heat exchanger, and so the infrared tubes heat the air that comes through the heat exchanger, and it uses the humidity as a conductor. If you have an electric baseboard heat, it literally burns off the humidity. So you're pumping in a lot of heat. It's burning the humidity, makes the room very, very dry.
So it's almost like a furnace then.
It's actually like a furnace, and we call it the portable furnace.
Right. So it actually it does make sense then. I'm curious. So I mean, furnace, I think a large thing. What does this unit look like, or the various units, I should say?
It's about the size of a larger bread box. So it fits right beside. Put it right beside your couch or comfy chair. Put it in the corner. So it's on wheels. It's got a thermostatic control. It's got a remote control, and it's ideal if you're, as you become an empty nester and you don't want to heat up your entire house, you're spending your time in your rec room or living room, then you provide that extra supplemental heat where you need it. Maybe as you get older, your circulation isn't as good, so you want that extra bit of heat where you are without having to heat up the whole house. Or you've got some kind of heating issue, like you've got that big leaky window, or you've got a basement that's a little colder, or you've got a room that was an addition. So all those areas are perfect for the portable furnace. It'll heat up to 1,000 square feet of secondary heat and about 400 square feet of primary heat.
Wow. So it can fill quite the space then.
Fill quite the space.
I'm sure we all know those rooms that we've been in where you just have the extra blanket handy, those kind of rooms. And I was going to ask you where it fits, but it sounds like it fits pretty much anywhere. So I guess the next question I have is, are they energy efficient? Like how well do they work that way?
It's actually it's a very inexpensive source of heat because it's 1,500 watts, which is 1.5 kilowatts, which in Manitoba gives you 12 or 13 cents an hour to run the unit. So if you run it and you don't need to, you can run it, of course, 24/7. That we have a lot of customers who use it at their lake cabin or cottage. But it's an amazingly inexpensive. If you use it for 4 hours while you're in front of the TV, well, it costs you 50 cents. So it's $10 to $15 a month to provide you with a great source of heat.
And the units themselves, I guess the big question is, are they affordable?
Well, they're $199 on promotion right now, which is a great value.
Yeah.
And when you compare the cost benefit, it's actually unbelievable. You'll actually save money by using the portable furnace versus other forms of heat, both for the zone heating perspective and for providing that inexpensive heat at 12 cents an hour.
I guess the last thing I want to ask you is, are they safe to leave running? You know, when you kind of want a space to heat up for a while, maybe you're not there. Are they safe to just kind of let do their thing?
We have a lot of customers who they use it at their cottage. They use it. They leave it all day while they're at work. And yes, it's perfectly safe to let run 24/7. It even has a tip over switch, so if your Doberman tips it over, then it won't run unless it's standing upright. If your toddler comes by, tips it over, it's completely safe for children and pets. It's safe to the touch. So there's no hot exterior surfaces.
Yeah.
So safe for a child, safe for a pet, and you can leave it running 24/7.
Oh, Ben, I want to thank you so much for coming in on this,
Thank you so
this
much.
chilly day. It seemed like the appropriate time to talk about a little portable furnace.
I really appreciate it, Simon. Thank you so much.
You can find Ben over at the Oreck Center, 659 Century Street.